It's week 7 of the 2041 season, and we'll see the Aviators, leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Aviators and the Pioneers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They've got all W's on the ledger so far. A perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Well, now how about this return? And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they're led out by their rookie quarterback, the former Boilermaker from Purdue.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
He'll leave this for Ware. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. When you look at this defense, they've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, and it's incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
they've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Back to throw again. And that's incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
The Aviators offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
Petty now.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Here's Patty. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, The open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3rd and 4.
In motion goes the tight end. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And he comes back with one complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
They'll look to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal. And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And this is going to be incomplete.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 43. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
They'll try the left side. Means. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Means. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They'll try the left side. It's Baker. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to fourth.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. St. Louis football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. In motion, the tight end. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A pretty good mark there. They needed 14. They got 14 on third down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Petty. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Means, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Means, it's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. They'll set up to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Petty, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But Charles, this offense just can't seem to get off the ground.
But the quarterback, he has to keep picking himself off the ground because this pass rush, they've been on him so far in a big way. 3 sacks here in the first half. He might tell his offensive line, quit helping me up and just block the guys in front of you.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Call that a gain of 11. They're going to look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McLaughlin. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Rowe. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a 4th down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. It's Rowe. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man complete. It's Rowe. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 39 yards there, a big one.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a give right side. Means that he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. They work now on 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
It's now 3rd and 13.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And able to get this out to the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 6.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a gain, hard to argue against calling it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his big tight end here.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Over the middle, complete. That's Gross. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gross. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Means, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He finds his man complete. That's Rowe. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a handoff up the middle. Means, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Oh, good move. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
46 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Petty now.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. He'll drop to throw. Caught here by Bell. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Ware, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That good for 19 and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Back to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Pioneers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 8.
Up the middle they go. Means. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain.
52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Patty. He finds his man. Complete. It's Rowe. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st down, Means.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll try the left side. Means, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 32-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
2nd and 3. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
On gain of 12. First down, Pioneers.
They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They're going to look to throw.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Continues to be a struggle for this offense, and this home crowd, they're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 7. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Baker, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They run the counter. Means. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 2nd and 2.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up. They'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They run again with Ware. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Here's second down and 3. Back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Running on first down with Ware. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On the handoff, it's Ware. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A give to Ware. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here we go. First and goal. They run it here. Ware. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So a pressure kick there by the young man, and that should be enough to finish this one off.
Well, he's a second-year guy now, so he says, don't call me a rookie anymore. And I tell you, he's got a bright future in this league. And kicks like that are going to make sure he sticks around for a good long while.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun field. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for our visitors, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home.